Hi there everyone, my name's Dave West, I hope we're all doing well. So welcome to my review then for the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 True Wireless Earbuds. Yes, I know these have been around for a while, but Soundcore did reach out to me and asked if I would like to review them. So that's what I've done, and this is my experience after using them for around 2 months as my main wireless earbuds on a daily basis. The full retail price for the Liberty Air 2 is £100. However, prices can change, so I'll leave a link in the description so you can go and check them out in your own time and see what the latest prices are. So these are made entirely of plastic, but they also feel nicely made at the same time. They don't feel cheap and they don't feel like they're going to fall apart if you apply a little bit of pressure to them in between your fingers or in your hands. So these are great for just chucking in a pocket if you don't want to put them back in the wireless charging case. Then you've got peace of mind that they can take a few knocks and scrapes without being severely damaged at the same time. Now on the side of each earbud you've got this touch responsive panel on the side, and in the Soundcore app you can actually tailor these to actually do whatever you want them to. Now I say do whatever you want them to because there's a very small amount of options available, including a volume control, which is a nice thing to see because so many of these wireless earbuds don't have a volume function, so you have to kind of reach for your phone or your tablet in your bag and then adjust the volume using that. So it's great that Soundcore have included it as part of the app with the Liberty Air 2. You can also do things like skipping tracks and activate your virtual assistant, for example. So it's good to see that they've offered a range of options which you can actually tailor within the app and then use them as you wish. So the driver has been angled nicely, so when the ear tip is actually fitted onto the earbuds, they sit nicely in your ear and they feel really comfortable at the same time. So they're not very weighty, but you do know that you've got something in your ear, and I think they've got the balance right between the build quality and the actual fit and finish as well. So when they're in your ear, yes, you do know it's there, but they're very, very comfortable. You can wear them for quite a long time without experiencing any fatigue, which is great. So as far as the rest of the design goes, the only thing of note is this little LED indicator which is on the top of each earbud, and this will flash correspondingly whether it's in pairing mode, whether it's paired, whether the battery is low, etc. And that'll just flicker on and off, and it's not too obtrusive. Thinking of things like the Creative Outlier Air, where they have that big blue orb on the side which kind of pulsated when you were wearing them and they were operative. If you're out in the dark, the last thing you want to do is draw attention to yourself with things like that. So having the indicator on the top makes them far less conspicuous in my opinion. A very small touch, but something which I think is very important for personal safety when out and about. Now when you finish with the earbuds, you can actually put them in this really smart plastic case. Now it's got a nice soft touch coating around it, and as far as charging cases goes, it does the job absolutely fine. Now the actual lid as well is nicely weighted, it doesn't feel too plasticky and cheap, so that's good. And when you pop the earbuds into the case, they slot in nicely and they kind of snap into place, and then they start charging immediately. So this case is really handy because if you just want a quick charge, you pop the earbuds into this case for 10 minutes and it can give you 2 hours of playback time, which is really good. Not that you'll be reaching for this case too much because the earbuds, when fully charged, have a really impressive 7 hours of playback time. Now this is at moderate volume, so if you start cranking up the volume, you are going to expel the battery in the earbud very quickly. But listening around about 50 to 60%, was easily able to achieve the 7 hours and more on one single charge, which is very impressive. And this seems to be a theme across many Soundcore products. They always have amazing battery life, and I think that's what sets them apart from something like a £40 pair of earbuds, whereby the battery life may not be so stealthy. So I found that the case gave 2 full recharges to the earbuds before I had to recharge the case itself. And recharging is very simple. You can use USB-C via the built-in port on the bottom, or you can charge it wirelessly using a wireless charging mat, or you can use the back of your phone if you've got one that does the reverse wireless charging. If you use a wire, it takes around an hour or so to recharge to full, and then it's ready to go with the earbuds inside, so you can start using it all over again. So before I talk about audio quality, I just wanted to touch on some of the high-level features of the earbuds so you know exactly what you're getting for your money. So first thing is they have aptX audio functionality. What that basically means is that more of the audio signal is preserved from your mobile device to the earbuds, so there's less degradation in audio quality. Now Soundcore says the Liberty Air 2s have diamond-coated drivers, and whilst I haven't taken them apart to actually find out if that's true or not, I've got no reason to disbelieve Soundcore, and what I hear is actually really clean, which I'll talk about a little bit more in a moment. Now in addition to this, the earbuds have a total of 4 microphones between them, which helps to cancel out unwanted noise from the outside environment. So if you're using these as a hands-free earbud, then you will get better audio quality when talking outside, for example. Now another great feature of this which does actually work is the hereID personalized sound profile. Now you do need the Soundcore app in order to take advantage of it, but basically you put the earbuds in, you go into the app and start the hereID test, and basically it'll tell you to tap on the screen when you can hear certain frequencies that are being played throughout the test. When you don't hear certain frequencies, you just let go of the screen and then it'll move on to the next part of the test. I suspect what it's doing is applying an equalization pattern which is tailored for your actual hearing. So the frequencies that you can't hear, I suppose it just ditches those and then it equalizes the audio quality across the board. It does actually work, and the actual result of that was actually pretty good. I still don't think it's ideal for all kinds of musical styles, but the actual result is better than what I thought it was going to be, and I can see a lot of people finding some value in that particular feature. So I've already mentioned the wireless charging, the quick charging in the case, and also the overall great battery life. But one other thing is that these have IPX5 certification. So you can wear these out in the rain, or if you get splashed accidentally or you want to wear them to the gym, then you know that these are still going to keep working and they're not going to get wrecked very quickly, which is cool. So as far as audio quality is concerned, the Liberty Air 2s offer a nice clean audio presentation across the board. It suits a really broad range of musical styles, and that extends well into things like movies, TV shows, YouTube videos, and also spoken word stuff like podcasts and apps like Audible. What I was most impressed with, especially when watching TV shows, is that it's got a nice tonality to it. So some wireless earbuds can add too much bass to things like voices, whereas these offer a nice clean audio and only add the bass when they actually need to, which is great. Talking of that, there's a tiny bit of latency between the device and the earbuds, but it's nothing major and you do get used to it after a while. So that's something that I thought was well worth bringing up in the video, because I know a lot of people may ask about that. Now don't buy these if you're really into your sub bass, because they don't extend really that deep into the low frequencies. Don't get me wrong, they've got a nice clean bass which extends well and thuds when it needs to, but the overall sound balance is nicely balanced across the board rather than favouring lots of bass, for example. There's a few things I really wasn't a fan of, and that's more to do with the app, not the actual earbuds themselves. There's a few things in the app like equalizer patterns which have been set by musical producers from across the world. Now, I'm not dissing those musical producers, they obviously know their stuff, and it's purely been done for marketing, I think, but I didn't find any of those choices were actually any good. I tried loads of different styles of music with every single pattern there, and I just couldn't find anything which went, oh wow, this is really good. So again, it's very subjective, and some people might find some value in that, but I just thought it was a bit of a waste of time, and they could have spent their time more on things like the actual equalizer, which is built into the app, which I felt was just average. Playing around with the settings on that was very ineffective, and I found using the Dolby equalizer, which you can download from the Play Store, is much more effective in my opinion. Also as well, they're not massively loud. Now, I'm not here to say to people, just turn everything up to 11 and damage your hearing for the rest of your life. Do obviously consider those around you and your own hearing for protection later on in life. But even at top volume, I didn't feel they were that loud. They've got plenty of power, but they just don't get the volume that sometimes I need, for example. You want to have that headroom, and they just don't seem to have that, which is very strange for Soundcore, because usually they're pretty good with things like that. Now, one thing that will set these apart from cheaper wireless earbuds is their Soundstage. That's very, very impressive. So instead of just that distinct left-right separation, you basically get like all of the instruments laid out in front of you. You can actually pinpoint them in front of your head as well as on the side as well. And that's one thing that these Soundcore Liberty Air 2s really do very well, in my opinion. Now, if you love your Soundcore stuff and you want to spend a little bit less than £100 than these cost, then you can check out something like the Soundcore Live P2 or the Creative Outlier Air. Yes, they won't have things like aptX or things like the wireless charging case, but they do offer great sound for the money, and they're also very wallet friendly at under £50 as well. So if you've got any questions about anything that you've seen in this video, then please do leave those down in the comments and I will get back to you as soon as possible. And please don't forget, if you're new around here, then please don't forget to subscribe and also hit the notification bell so you don't miss more videos coming on the channel very, very soon. But for now, this has been my review of the Soundcore Liberty Air 2 True Wireless Earbuds. My name is Dave West, and I will catch you guys later.